Hello, my name is Host Eric. I am here with famous person Taylor, and we're talking ENTP, ENTP, ENTP. And you were about to tell me something.
I don't remember.
Oh, we're the same tribe type. We're mover shaker. Except he's angrier than me, right? Oh, you're seven first too, huh? Do you feel like you're more angry or more achievy?
Well, I think at neutral I'm more achieving, but then if I get angry, it pretty much comes to the front of everything else.
But
Like like
sometimes
like
sometimes people piss you off.
that woke me off my lap. It just showed up today. It's not my cat. I don't want it here. I don't want you here.
But you attract them. Come on,
Why?
another theory about ENTPs is based on a sample of you and me. We both cats like us.
I know. Why? How do
I
we
don't
stop
know.
that?
They do. They always like me. Animals always like me. Well, because they can tell we don't have relationships with human beings, so uh,
But they don't
except
know
for our
that.
children. Except for our children, right? That's a real relationship right there.
That's right. But the people don't know that, so you don't need to tell them. Get the fuck out.
I'm joking, everybody. I'm joking. Actually, I am joking. I mean, I have lots of real relationships. It's just that other people sometimes see them as lacking in depth because I don't necessarily prioritize the same sort of relationship activities that they prioritize.
Well, they seem to think that just because we're friends or whatever, that they're not still a variable to be
Accounted for?
researched. However, yeah, I mean, I gotta get away from this cat.
Does your cat drive you nuts? Are you allergic to cats?
No, I just don't like them touching me when I'm not expecting it.
Because it's hard to push them off. So then they end up sitting on your lap for a while. Like this dog right here. This is what I got behind me. You're eight, Unify? Eight highest? See, Lacey's not supposed to sit there. She knows that. But she sneaks back there again, and then. Okay, we're talking, Zachary, we're talking ENTP experience. Found out, I don't know if you were in here or not when we found this out. He's 7832, or
Eight,
738.
837.
837. So, but it's still the same chart type. 837, 783, 387, it's the same chart type. It's mover shaker. So,
Shaker.
how do you experience the impatience? Is it a problem for you in terms of attending to tasks that are laborious and not very interesting?
That problem is exactly why we're talking right now.
Oh, right. Oh, you mean there's something else you could be doing? There's some work you could be doing there? Oh, I got some work I could be doing too. But
I mean, it's all over the place.
all right. So when you when you feel like things are going well, is that any different than when you feel like things are going badly?
Oh, as far as patience goes?
As far as willingness and patience with attending to boring shit.
Hmm. Um, the more stressed I am, the less patient I am. So it would be a stress factor.
Do you still attend to it at the same frequency or effectiveness? Or is it just variable depending on your mood all over the place?
Oh no, the effectiveness is all over the board too.
Right. Sure. Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Um,
How legitimate is Enneagram? Do you guys feel it's pretty consistent?
I don't know enough about it to really have a strong opinion on it. I've looked at it a little bit.
Looks I can tap into some of the type stuff, but then like I go on the website and it starts talking about like the levels of spiritual development and like I don't know. It's hard for me to buy into that stuff.
I just skip all that shit. I like the tri-type because, to me, it's validated enough for me, if only for this reason, for now, because he's 783 and he says, yeah, I identify with that name, Mover Shaker. I'm 783, I say, yeah, I identify with it too, or at least aspirationally. And Zach, I believe you identify with your name, the researcher. And the other guy the other day identified with his name, the whatever it was called. So, at the very least, it's a descriptive mechanism that says, you will like it if we use this adjective for you. And that's more than nothing.
That seems like a supporting but less developed uh, system for MBTI.
Yeah,
It may be way more developed than I know.
I take a couple of ideas from it and stick it onto MBTI because I find them useful. The fear thing, like the fact that we as sevens
I think I'm a
are
512. I
okay,
think that I'm actually that. Before I thought I was a 514, I think, but after like reconsidering it, or Lorenz the other day messaged me, and I was going through it, and I decided I was a 512.
well, I mean that's the only element of it I think is particularly interesting, and the fear, shame, anger thing. So that if you are an 8, then your core thing you'd like to get rid out of your life. You could excise one bad thing from your life. Would it be fear, shame, or anger?
Well, not anger. I'm pretty comfortable in that one. Uh, Probably fear.
Okay. That would tend to make you that would say you were a 7 by Enneagram standards. 7, 8, 3 by Enneagram. But you say you're
Yeah.
8, 3, 7. So
This is.
what does it say? I can't
I
see
mean,
the.
those are the scores I got on the anagram thing. So 8, 3, and 7, relatively.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So then, if you say you'd like to get rid of fear, if that actually reflected the core underlying thing behind you, then according to Enneagram, you'd be 7 first because 7's a head type, and head types would like to get rid of fear, or that's what sort of motivates them in a bad way.
That's from a kind of a from the hip answer.
Yeah, sure, I
Fear.
know. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that you should conclude that. I'm just saying that's what the model says.
Okay.
Um,
What's the social sexual thing? Act.
that basically says every human being has a go-to last line of defense if shit gets nutty. If shit gets nutty and like, oh my god, like we're being invaded, armed men are coming. Where do you go for your salvation? Are you a self-preserver? Means, well, you're already thought about this a little bit, and you probably put away some fucking shit in the garage or something. You're gonna take care of yourself ultimately. You want to sort of limit the ties and mostly take care of yourself. Or you are sexual, which means you have a partner, a single person, other person that we are locked in this together. It's you and me, buddy. That's all the way to the end. And then if you are social, you're saying the group will save me. The group will save me. But here's the thing: it doesn't play out like our politics do. Okay, it's not reflective on our politics. So for me, I consider myself social first, which basically says I look, but I don't know. When I'm in a relationship, I probably look to my significant other first. Maybe I don't know, but I think
I
I'm
think
social, self-preserving.
I think I'd go with the. I think I'd start with the group, but be really prepared to break off on my own at any point in time.
I'm social as well, yeah.
Social, self-preserving is what it sounds like. I mean, people who are in the sexual category typically fight. I would imagine would fight harder to stay in relationships and be less likely to get out of relationships. I fought reasonably hard to stay in my relationship, but not that hard, you know. I mean, it was cool when it didn't work out. It's not the end of the world.
I paid a shitload of money for my number. So,
Well, fortunately, both of my marriages haven't cost me a goddamn thing.
lawyers?
2 divorces haven't cost me anything. This most recent one tried to get money. She was saying She wanted $2,000 a month, which is ridiculous. For what?
All of that I lost in the divorce was a 1994 Honda Accord.
That's not bad.
No, I'm supposed to be getting child support. No alimony, nothing. Just the legal bills.
Did you have to go to court?
I got custody of a 1-year-old girl. So I was in court convincing the judge quite a bit.
Well, shocking. Look who won in court. The ENTP.
We're great in court.
Yeah, well, that's where we want to be. That's where my fantasies are. My daydreams. When I'm daydreaming, I am indignantly laying the lumber on some motherfuckers in court because they fucked with me for the wrong reason. And yet, somehow, I ultimately hope I never end up there anyway.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I mean, it is fun.
Right.
But it's ultimately not worth it.
Well, that was a serious matter, too. You had to win
Also,
that one.
If you're on the stand and you're being questioned, you cannot question the attorney questioning you. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that almost got me in trouble.
Because you would say things like,
He was asking stupid fucking questions.
and what would you say in response? What would be a question you'd ask in response? Like, why are you asking that? Or
I said, do you want me to guess, or do you want me to give you a number? Because he was telling me to quantify something, and I said I can't quantify it. I don't know for sure. And then he'd say guess, and then he'd say quantify. He was going back and forth, and so I just kind of kept pushing back that his question was inconsistent, and the judge kept reminding me that I'm not allowed to do that.
mm-hmm. You should have given answers. You should have made your answers increasingly more parenthetical. Like, well, my answer to that is that were I in a scenario in which I could answer with either a question or with a challenge to the attorney's question, I would probably answer like this. I have to put this as a, like, set it all up as like hypotheticals. I didn't do any of those things, judges. Those were all hypothetical.
Ultimately, though, I had some shit writing on it, so I
Right,
wanted to not.
I know. It was important. You're right. Absolutely.
But it was fun watching the lawyer, he wanted to cry, kind of.
I have gotten to fight a couple lawyers, but not in court. I got to fight them via email and document exchanges and stuff. And that was still lots of fun. I fucking scared them. I scared all three of them away. It was one guy and one was a team of them. Two guys. And after I fucking tore them a new one, the first guy, I just never heard from him again. They were trying to sue us. This lady was suing the company that I was working for. And I was the director of it, And the fucker were trying to sue over some bullshit. And I shamed the shit out of him in an email. And then he tried to come back at me once. And he misrepresented my argument as being against the legal profession as a whole. And I replied and I said, he doesn't even understand. I have nothing against the legal profession. I'm talking specifically about you. You are, and then I, explained his character flaws to him. And we never heard of him. We never heard from him again. Not another word from them. They're weak if you push back at them. Lawyers, the only thing they have going for them is people's fear. That's it.
Yeah. This is an episode, so I can't really tell the whole story. But I just kind of got out of court, and before I even went in, I was ready. There were some accusations that were absolutely false about me that this woman had made because she didn't like me and she didn't want me around. I mean, she had given me an ultimatum, and I called bullshit on it. And so we did end up in court, and by that point I had enough evidence to myself to, I mean, she perjured herself right there on the stand.
All right. Hold on, I got my dog and she got stuck outside somehow.
So getting married isn't worth it, in your opinion? How long were you married for?
Here.
A year?
Yeah.
What was her type?
She was an ENTP for sure. Probably, well, an F.
ENFP?
She was either, I don't know if she was an N or an S. She could, I mean, when I was speaking, she could conceptualize with me. She followed along tit for tat. She didn't normally initiate the intuitive discussion.
Well, you know,
Yeah, she's probably an ESFP. She can't plan for the future for shit.
that makes sense. We're supposed to get an ISFJ, according to Socionics. That's the chick we're supposed to get with. I know, I want to get one.
Okay, I know one. I know an ISF, an INFJ.
ISFJ. We have to get an ISFJ.
I woke up in an ISFP earlier to ask how to use the tablet.
ISFPs are, those are not lasting relationships. Those are temporary things, yes.
ISFP?
Yeah, ISFPs are temporary.
Why do you say that?
Well, you couldn't, I mean, you can't possibly be in a relationship with one because there's nothing between you. It's like you share no, yeah, ENTJ, okay, fine, yeah, that would make sense. ISFP has no cognitive function sharing with ENTP at all. And
So you think like after the initial you don't share anything like hobbies or anything like that?
well, I think they have. I mean, look, they're cute. They're cute. They're cute as hell. Yeah, we are FI place of least resistance. Yeah, or yeah, whatever. They have a lot of FI, and then after FI, they got SE, and then they got TI, and
I think
there's
my
such a
ex
weird
was
sentence.
either an ISFP or an ESFP. I think she was an ISFP. I'm not for sure. She was one of those though.
You gotta ask her the 3-year question.
The what?
The 3-year question. How will your thinking evolve over the course of the next 3 years?
There's no way I
Taylor was
was.
intentionally
I
trying to
don't care
prevent me
that much
from
to
typing
hear
it.
that.
He was totally trying to, and it worked. Good job, by the way. Good job. You totally pulled it off. I didn't see through it. I totally didn't see through it. But yeah, whatever he's saying. I don't know. I don't remember. What was this? What were we saying? I don't remember. Do any of us remember? Fucking NTP brains are fucking garbage.
You're saying that I should ask my ex the 3-year question,
Oh yeah, ask her a 3-year question.
and I said that I wouldn't. There's no way I'd spark up a conversation with her again to ask her that.
Oh well, you would if she looks as though she's never thought of the question before. Conceives of a world in which that question could be asked or could exist or anyone could possibly care about that question. How am I thinking? Well, I've at least 2 ISFPs. When you ask them that, then they say, "What?" And then you repeat it. They ask you to repeat it once, and you repeat it, and then they say, "Huh. Well, That's what they do. When you ask them that question.
There's nothing after that. You got to just.
Nothing wrong with that. I didn't say there's anything wrong with it. I just said.
There's nothing after that. you can't get to the articulation of.
Yeah, you can sit there and wait all day. They don't understand the question. They understand what each of the words in the question means, so they're sure they must understand the question, but they don't understand it because when you ask them how your thinking will change over the next 3 years, what they do is try to feel how their feelings are going to change over the next 3 years. You can't feel how your feelings are going to change over the next 3 years because they're responsive to immediate things. That's my read on it.
That's true.
But they're also weirdly and pleasantly egoless.
Yes.
I would say that, yeah. I think my ex was an ISFP. I think that's what she was.
And they're very body focused, right? And there are advantages to that.
What do you mean? How do you mean body focused?
Well, how the hell do you think he means?
Well, what I mean, okay, well, here's to clarify a little bit. ENTPs, when entering into coital times, there can sometimes be some narrative involved in that process, but they don't have any narrative involved in that process.
Well, the first time I ever hung out with her, she gave me a blowjob, so.
And just went right for it.
Was she talking while she was doing this? That's the point. They don't think it involves talking, you know?
There are benefits to that. There are things I miss.
Okay, well, moving along. Let's move along from that. No, guys, will you stop being crass? You know that I am extraordinarily sensitive about feminist issues. And I believe that you are contributing to the patriarchy. I
believe that. You believe that.
I do. That's why one of my kids, Courtney got second place with that feminism case that we ran.
I try to, like, before I do any type of behavior or say anything, I think about what the best way to add to the patriarchy would be, and then I go for that. That's sort of like what everything's for, right?
It's a big concern for me, too. I think about it all the time. And
Constant patriarchy.
Yeah.
Can you wear this top hat? That would be more patriarchal.
That anyone around me has equal rights as me, that's when I go immediate oppression mode. You know, there's somehow I've got to disrupt that system, you know?
No.
It's just...
Hold on a second. Are these women walking without their heads covered?
Yeah.
Don't judge it. Don't judge them. You don't know them.
Yeah, you're... Well, what the fuck, Eric? You an Islamophobe?
Yeah, this is what this is.
They
can hate people they don't know. They were born in the sand.
I am terrified of Islamists. You know, when I see one, I get an anxiety attack.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, that's why I'm going to do that next time I go to the doctor to get a prescription for marijuana. I'm going to say, I need it because seeing Muslims gives me anxiety attacks.
Yeah, my area got like a bunch of Syrian refugees in, and I can't. I see them and I instantly.
I teach you how to build guns. That's the cool thing.
And you know what? It's getting worse, Doctor. It's not just Muslims anymore. Now it's Muslims, Sikhs, and Buddhists. They all cause me inexplicable terror.
Buddhists?
Oh yeah.
How about if it's worse? That works.
And it's getting worse. You know, it's gonna be Hindus next. So I need more of whatever it is you're prescribing. Let's see here. Queer theory. I've got such great critical theory stuff for debate that I'm trying to find something really ridiculous. Let's see.
Are you scrolling through a list?
I am. Why, is it causing problems or what?
No, I just...
It might be. Let's
Your
see.
list of
Sorry.
topics.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop this. I'm looking for a particular document, and I haven't found it yet. Let's see.
I'm probably going to be getting off here
soon. Okay. I'm still am down. If Taylor, if you're down for one more, I'm down for a quick one. If we have a topic that's good, I'm looking for a document. If you're not, that's fine too. I could call it a night too. So it's up to you.
I'm down.
All right, I'm gonna look for it. I'll get it real quick too. I know exactly where it is just to get it from online.
I'm gonna go ahead and head out then.
All right, see you. Thank you,
Yeah,
Zach.
later.
You're a gentleman, a scholar, and a reader.